Might as well end this speaking about some Arsenal stuff, people. Apologies for that. Speaking about, what's the first one we should get to? Now let's recap. Should we recap Mesut Özil again, people? Now, that's going to be a funny one, and I think it's a lesson of everything is not beneath the hood, because many people will say Özil is lazy and all of these things, and you can have your opinions. We know statistically he runs a lot, but people say he has a lazy attitude to training. But you're hearing how quickly he returns to pre-season. He's working with a fitness coach. So to a degree, is it give and take? Because again, I'm not saying don't have your opinion on Mesut Özil, people. Don't think if you think he's past it, he's not your cup of tea. I share some of these opinions, but don't have that. But at what point do we judge it on a fair basis? Because as much as we might agree that he needs to be moved on and the game has passed him and all of these things, I don't feel Emre is completely wrong. I don't feel Özil is completely wrong. But Ozil's played 140 minutes, 71 in the Premier League. If he's showing it in training and doing extra sessions, then surely he deserves to be a part of the side. Again, I hope both the manager and him sort out their differences, because I just want to focus and speak about Arsenal getting the top four and purely top four, people. I'm tired of the dramas at Arsenal, because I think the media, they get easy ride with Arsenal, because it's easy to just make up some nonsense and get some clickbait and carry on with all that sort of stuff, people. Man, it really annoys me. It really annoys me, man. So yeah, man. What else have we got to speak about in relating to Arsenal? I can't find it, people. There it is. Kieran Tierney's been likened to Arsenal legends like Kenny Sansom, people, and Ashley Cole and Nigel Winterburn, which is big praise by Alan Smith Smudger. He said, "I've also got to mention Kieran Tierney's contribution, because the way he has performed in his first two appearances for Arsenal suggests the left-back is capable of following in the footsteps of greats like Kenny Sansom, Nigel Winterburn and Ashley Cole. He's swift, skillful and tough. For any striker, it's very handy to know when the ball is coming in so you can make your run with real confidence. Tierney doesn't mess about. A sharp shift and whip has become a trademark already. It reminded me of the wonderful service provided by Brian Marwood in the 1988-89 title-winning season." Now, for my older head, you lot must remember that and must be licking your lips at reminiscing about that. So, hopefully, man, I mean, I would love him to. I like him. I think he's got potential to do that and be a hallmark in our defence and someone for our team to resonate with. And he's almost very mature. It's easy to forget that he's only 22. But let's let him play first, man. Let's let him do this, man. I think he can do all of these things, and I share Alan Smith's opinions. But yeah, man. He also said, Brian didn't always feel the need to beat his man. He chopped the ball inside before. Moving away from that, Lacazette has said Guendouzi wants to become the best or a great. And it's nice to see, because Guendouzi clearly works hard, and people can say what they want about him, but his hard work has been rewarded. Surely there's a new deal in the pipeline at Arsenal, I'd imagine so. He's been called up to the France side, didn't play, but it's a good look. He's been nominated for the Golden Ball Award, or Golden Boy Award, wherever it's referenced as. Make sure you lot vote for him. I like that, man. And he's kind of opened up on how it is. We already knew he's like a younger brother, because we always see him, Aubameyang and Lacazette at each other's houses. Like last season with Ousmane Dembele, hopefully, come on Sanye, make that happen. But on a serious note, he said, he's like a younger brother in the friendship group with me and Auba. We all have a real good relationship. We like to work and laugh together, so it's really good. I'm really happy for Matteo for being named September's Premier League player of for being named Arsenal Player of the Month. He played very well. He helped the team when we needed him. He is really improving each season, so we were really happy with his performances this month. We can see that every top midfielder in the world is like this in terms of demanding the ball and being brave. They all want to take the ball. Matteo has good ambition. He wants to be one of the best in his position, so every day he's trying to be the best, and this month he showed that he can be. Trust me. Moving away from that, for my Arsenal fans, Reiss Nelson has opened up on his upbringing on the Aylesbury estate in South London. The 20-year-old. He has said how playing in cages helped him become the player he is today. When I was little, I was in the cages every day after school. It was the place. And it was the place because we, the kids from Aylesbury Estate, could go and be ourselves. not be judged by others. Down in the cages, you didn't have any friends really. That was the battlefield. It was a tough place, but it helped raise me. It influences my game and my life even now. I'm not the only one. Sandro is from nearby. That boy knows his way around the cages, I can tell you that much. Same with Tammy Abraham. He can play, that boy. That's why they all got the skill on the ball. That little area, it creates more talent than you could ever imagine. And there's more coming too. So when people ask me about the estates in South London, I tell them about the cages. And I tell them that the South London is where the Warriors come from, and the little empire of Warriors. And although I'm from North, I kind of understand that, because I find it funny now how all the scouts and all the talent people at clubs, it's all the range now, people, to street footballers, the skills and the you know, the rough around several edges. That's all the rage now. But I mean, when these players were frowned upon, he thinks he's a showboat, or he's a one-trick pony. He does this. He looks too hot, difficult to handle. It's all the rage now, and I'm happy to see it, because it's providing a way out and a way for young footballers from inner city London and everywhere else that has the same issues, a way out, man. They're getting a way to play football, earn a living, improve their family's life, hopefully give back to the community, keep the cycle. Away from that, football presents a lot of marketing opportunities and other commercial opportunities, and it allows you to see the world, man. I mean, look at all them. If you've just like, if you previously were a Roby or Maitland-Niles, you've in the last 2-3 years, you've what? Australia, China, Singapore, all over in Europe for Europa and all of these sort of things, people. It's crazy, man. I really like that, man, and I wish that was me. I would have loved to have been a footballer, people, but that's not the way the cookie crumbles sometime, dog. Moving away from that though, people. Finally, and to end this podcast, Mislintat has spoken about Aubameyang, or offered some thoughts in relation to him. He said, he is possibly the only one of these extraordinary top strikers who is an absolute team player. A player like Neymar or Aguero, for example, would never give the penalty to Pepe to score his first goal. And I like that camaraderie, because I'm sure Lacazette's done that for Aubameyang when he took a penalty. I'm sure that's been given to Lacazette. I like that selflessness, man. Like, obviously, I like my strikers hungry. I would have had no way if Aubameyang would have said, yo, listen, this is my thing, I'm taking it, sort of thing. But it is what it is in that regards, man. Pepe is confident in terms of penalties. It's helping him out, man. It's helping a fellow brother get on, try and get things going, because Aubameyang hopefully signs a new deal. He's going to be here for the next couple of years. Pepe definitely, after being brought for 70 odd million, is going to be here. So they need to be on the same wavelength and feel each other the same way. So I like my strikers to be selfish, but I don't mind that. Don't do it again though, like, unless it's don't get twisted, unless it's these circumstances here, people, where obviously Pepe weren't in the best of form. I'm not saying give it to someone for the sake of it. The one thing I like is that Aubameyang can take penalties, Lacazette can, and Pepe scored his at Arsenal, previously at Lille. He showed he can score goals from the penalty spot, so they're all quite good penalty takers. He also went on to say, he obviously continued to praise him for that, but he also said in relation to Arsenal's move, it was clear Auba had to make the next move in his career. There were rumours he was going to China. I thought that was too early a move for him. I knew Auba well. I knew he wanted to play for a big side in England or Spain. See, so obviously the feelers were right. And you also remember, before he came to Arsenal, I remember a Champions League game where, I can't remember why, but he either didn't play or he was on the bench because Tuchel suspended him or something due to whatever. And it was, to a degree, a kind of sour exit from Dortmund, from what I remember. It weren't no Sol Campbell from Spurs to Arsenal, but yeah. And he's also said, since he's joined Arsenal, he's played where asked, and so he has especially helped Lacazette to adapt to the Premier League. Maybe this attitude costs him to play for clubs like Real Madrid or Barcelona, but maybe they made a mistake not to go for him. Well, I'd imagine Real Madrid would like Aubameyang right now, and I'd imagine Barcelona wouldn't mind him on their bench or alternating him and Suarez. Don't get twisted, Suarez's movement and all them things is better than Aubameyang's, but they need a poacher or someone who just scores goals. Maybe it does cost him, but I mean, I think Aubameyang's got that healthy blend of being selfish. I mean, he's a team player, but he's incredibly selfish. And that's a good thing. Football is the one thing where being selfish as a striker is good, because you can't be a 22 within reason. There's players like Messi and whatnot, but you can't cut the crap. At number 9, you have to be selfish. There's no top striker that you can't say at some point they're selfish, and that's what you need. Neymar, like he said, Aguero, Aubameyang, Kane. You say that they've got that hunger. Personally, I don't know how Aubameyang scores 20 league goals at Arsenal, despite the fact that he's a great player. Because he's been on the bench, come off the bench and scored, done his thing off the left-hand side, sometimes not getting service through the middle. I don't know how he does it, people. I knew Aubameyang was a goal scorer and he would score goals, but I commend him even more because I don't feel we play to his strengths. How many Aubameyang goals can you say at Arsenal? And this is why I rate him a bit more. He's really got to run behind, and it's been a typical using his pace. There's not many of them, really. Like, I can remember off the top of my head, Guendouzi, the ball against Spurs, forgive me if I'm wrong, but there's not really any of them finishes. Now, Aubameyang's a top player. There's nothing more to be said about that lad, man. I've got nothing more to add, people, so I'm going to get out of here. On that note, people, Deluded. It's been a lovely podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in. Stay safe and the rest of it, and hopefully you're here tuning in again one day. I'm out.